What's going on YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and that's right, I'm back from my trip and just in time for a new Final Fantasy Brave Exvius official YouTube video talking all about the Christmas holiday events we're getting on, the units that we're going to be getting, along with some enhancements and latent abilities to some of our old favorites. Let's get into it. Guys, it feels amazing to be back. Dude, I love my time at Disney, and we'll be going again real soon, and then a long hiatus after that. But I'll be on the lookout for a couple of vlogs that I did over there. Hopefully I did well, and you guys can see what I love about Disney. But, you know, there's Christmas cheer there, and as soon as I get back, Christmas ain't over, baby. It hasn't even happened yet. We get Christmas in Ffbe, and the first thing we're going to have is like this elemental battle, probably kind of like a wave battle kind of situation that we've been used to, where they talk about there's going to be event points that we have to get a bunch of, some event currency that we'll probably have to like use those raid summons for, which I wish they would be the box summons. Remember the box summons that we had? I like those a lot, so I hope that comes back to that, where you slowly just clear out the box. I did like that. But looking at the two items that they do show off here in the YouTube video, we have Festive Elf Suit, Attack 10, Defense Spirit 20, HP and MP 10%, and you get 30% wind resistance. But this is going to be a set bonus, so there is another piece of the puzzle. If we look at the bottom, it's going to be Festive Snow Globe, Attack 5, Defense and Spirit 15, MP 5% with HP 5%, and boost wind resist by 15%. You combine that together, that is 45%, excuse me, that's 45% just with those two, wind resist. And then if you look at the bottom of both of these, if you have the suit on and you have the snow globe on, you're going to get MP and spirit by 20%. But if you have the snow globe on and you have the reindeer antlers, which they do not show here, you're going to get some MP and spirit also up. So I think this would be a great bunch of items for sure. New players, mid-tier players might need this. And then for even older vets like myself, this would be great to have if we fight a boss. All they're going to do is pump out that wind damage. We need like 200% wind damage or something like that. Even some older bosses where you need like a combined like wind, ice, and fire or something. This could help you really push you over that with all of that wind resist, and I'm sure that the headpiece we don't see here will have that as well, that wind resist. And you guys know how much I do enjoy the wind resist stuff. So moving on, next up, we have the new character, which is going to be Levinson. For some reason, I've been talking about C9 so much. It's League of Legends, guys. Half of you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm on that Sven thing 100%. So we have Levinson, not Levinsven. He looks really awesome. He definitely looks like a Final Fantasy character that was brought to life as a Christmas unit, and pretty cool to have in Ffbe. Now, remember how I was complaining about the units from Halloween not really getting that Halloween vibe? Levinson crushes it with his design. I mean, he has the whole, bag of loot or bag of gifts that he's going to be giving out. Kind of looks like an elf, has the mistletoe, has the bell, the red suit, the red Santa hat. I like the purple in there as well with the hair. It's just a very nice looking unit. Cannot wait to see the animations. But let's talk about Levinson as a whole, because they talk about a lot of what he can do in the video. And I'm going to try to say it pretty quickly so it's in a concise way for you guys and give you guys my thoughts. So first up, true double hand hybrid. Now, I am not against hybrid, but I am not the type of person that gets super pumped about hybrid damage dealing units. I have Elena, I have Rab now. We have all these hybrid damage dealing units. I don't know, but again, we have all these damage dealing units, so I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be like super pumped about when it comes to this. So maybe I shouldn't be thinking in terms of, do I really like true double hand hybrid damage dealing units? I think it's because building them can sometimes be tough for a lot of people out there, so maybe that's why I kind of shy away from them. But overall, being a true double hand hybrid damage dealer shouldn't be something I hold against Levinson here. Next up, going to have the ability to triple cast, can fire, ice, wind, earth, imbue on himself, so he's going to be able to cover all of those elements, similar to kind of how Elena has the ability to cover a lot of different elements as well. Has support, a lot of support to Levinson here after looking into it and everything like that. Levinson's going to have elemental buffs, going to have buffs to the whole team in terms of attack, magic, spirit, and defense. Can get rid of status element breaks on your team. So like if your attack's broken, Levinson's going to have a move to get rid of that. So what Levinson is looking like is hopefully a high damage dealer that also brings a ton of support to back him up, allowing him to serve a damage dealer and another role together, which at this point in Ffbe, that's kind of what we're looking for, those concise, everything in one little package unit. And Levinson might be able to do that. He has the ability to He has a Magnus ability they talked about. So both of these units are going to have Magnus abilities. And if you guys don't remember, Magnus abilities were introduced with the Black Friday units, and they can be used so many times per battle. This one's only going to be used one time per battle, and you can't use it anymore the rest of the fight. And what this is going to do is going to boost up all attack, magic, defense, and spirit for everybody by 200%, put up your ice and wind resist by 100%, and enable snowball to be used by everybody for one turn. And this is the kind of, so that sounds really good, right? If you need to withstand something pretty big, you need to get ready to do a fight or something like that. Something's about to hit you and you need some ice and wind resist. This sounds like something you could hit like a uh-oh button to get ready or do a lot of damage with a 200% buff. However, a lot of units out there do already buff themselves by over that, so maybe it's more for the defense and spirit. We really have to see what kind of scenario you're in on your own. But then they also get this ability called Snowball Fight, and this is kind of lackluster to me. I'll have to see it in action. Snowball Fight is going to be a damage dealing ability that everybody can do, like throw a snowball, essentially. It's going to have a chance to paralyze the enemy, and then also remove some status effects from them. Maybe what this means is it will remove buffs from the enemy, and I don't know how long, it says for one turn, but maybe the Snowball Fight means it can be used one time again. You know, that'd be cool if it could just stay on the character and you could use it one time. So if it hits them in the face, you know, you're not going to be paralyzing a boss. 9 times out of 10, they can't be paralyzed. But if you can remove their buffs and leave their debuffs on with the Snowball Fight, maybe that will make it really good. But overall, with his Magnus ability, I'm a little bit, you know, it's supposed to be this big, extravagant OP move, and maybe once we see it in game, it'll be a little bit better. I'm just a little bit disappointed in that. That doesn't seem like something that's really big. He does have another ability. He has a couple abilities that can be unlocked. You know, after he uses one ability, the next ability does a little bit better. He can 120% imperil. So most of his imperils, it looks like going to be 100%, but then he can do it all the way up to 120%. Probably going to be able to cover his fire, ice, wind, earth elements. So maybe 120% on all of them. And then he can also buff everybody's killer abilities. There's some killer abilities he can put up on everybody. He can also buff up everybody's LB gauge by 200%. And then he has that 250% attack and magic buff that I was talking about, which is why to himself, which is why that 200% seems a little weird. So overall, before we get into TMR and STMR rewards, Levinson seems really cool. The thing that is going to make him stand out as opposed to, you know, other damage dealing units are all of these support abilities, along with the vast covering of elements, similar to Elena. Elena has a lot of good uses because she can just go into a fight. She has 4 options where most units are 1 or 2 and isn't locked to a certain element. Other than that, though, we're going to have to wait and see. I love the character sprites, so I'm pretty pleased with what they did with Levinson. Looking at the Trust Master reward, we have Mistletoe Clip. It's going to be a hat that you guys can put on. Attack 40, Magic 40, perfect for hybrid damage dealers. Not the best in the world, but the best in the world is going to be an STMR, so this is a TMR. Boost Ice, Fire, Wind, Earth, Elemental Resist by 15%. You guys know how much I love having Elemental Resist attached to a unit, to a piece of equipment to put on a unit, because so many times in the older trials, some of the newer trials are kind of getting away from it because they don't like you being able to stop the damage, but I'm sure they'll bring some back. You're going to need that elemental resist, and being able to have a really high attack and magic stat with some elemental resist behind it. Hey, I love it, and I think you guys will too. Looking at a Super Trust Master reward, it is a mace, so this is going to be a little bit weird for you guys. It's his bag of toys. It's going to be a little bit weird for you guys because it is a mace. So you need to make sure the unit you want to put this on can put maces on. But it's going to be attack 150, magic 140, high stats for both of those for hybrid damage dealers, and then it comes with 50% to true double hand attack and 50% to true double hand magic. A stellar item when it comes to people out there who are hybrid damage dealers and want to be true double hand. Excellent, super high tier. It is a mace though, so if the unit cannot put a mace on, you cannot use this. And mace, you know, it's somewhat rare that we even get them, so we'll have to wait and see how you guys want to be putting that on. Obviously Levinson's going to be able to put it on and become powerful, but overall, again, my initial thoughts of Levinson is we'll have to see what his support really brings and then where his damage is on the meters, but bringing that support and that damage together could be useful for a lot of players out there. So next up, we have it's going to be a 2 5-star base banner. Of course it is. They talk about it for quite a bit. We're going to move over to Lucas. Now, okay, I'm not against big robot dudes, but this guy is not Christmas at all. Like, he's not holiday. He's not anything. He's just a big robot. Like, he's just a golden, silver, and gold. Maybe that's what they're saying. Silver and gold, Christmas theme, maybe. Not to me. So this guy misses the mark entirely when it comes to holiday stuff. Lucas is going to be a tank, which means that, you know, we have all these damage dealers. Tanks normally withstand the test of time for a long time. There are upgrades coming, like Warrior of Light, for example, going to be an upgrade for physical damage dealing, tanking. But Lucas is going to be a magic covered tank. So similar to like maybe a White Knight Noel. It really sounds like they're kind of similar, and they're both kind of mechy type units. I don't like, that's the part I'm like, What? Like, why are you? Anyway, Lucas is going to be able to do a lot of defensive when it comes to elemental resist. Lucas is going to be able to get your MP up. Like, he's going to be like an MP battery for your team as well, while doing some damage. Lucas is apparently, now they said this, but we're going to have to wait to see him in actual game and, you know, with data mining. Lucas has high elemental resist base, is what it sounds like they said. So if that's true, of course that's going to help you guys with reaching those thresholds about magic cover tanking. You know, the boss does fire, dark, light, and earth. And you got to cover, you know, you got to get all your elemental resist up on that. Well, if Lucas has a lot of base elemental resist, it's going to help you guys out there with making sure you can take a hit. He also has a Magnus ability, and we're going to talk about that. I wrote it down. His Magnus ability is going to be 120% to all elements, to all allies. So 120% to everything is getting buffed up. And then you have a 90% magic mitigation damage going to everybody. So you're not really taking much magic damage and your elemental resist. Problem with it is it's only lasts one turn. So if you get hit, like if there's going to be a big threshold and you want to withstand it, you want to live through it, you have a chance to do that, right? Like because of this hit. But then after that, that's it. And with these Magnus abilities, I was really hoping they would have more of an impact because we've seen abilities like these before where it's like, you know, a lot of these magic covered tanks, even though going all the way back to Awakened Rain, has that 90% magic mitigation or close to it for the squad. And then we have a unit coming out years after. The 120% elemental resist, don't get me wrong, amazing. But for only one turn, it kind of seems like it's tough to really utilize it often. Whereas I was hoping these Magnus abilities would always be great, and you'd be like, I'm hitting that button, here we go. It seems like you really have to be precise in using it, which could be a good or a bad thing. He's going to be chaining with Divine Runation and then the Absolute Zero chaining family, so he is going to be able to chain up a little bit. And that is going to also help him with doing that MP regeneration. Apparently some of his attacks do the MP regeneration, so he can help chaining do a little bit of damage and then MP up on your team. He has the ability to imbue elements. He has fire, ice, wind. He can imbue to himself and to others. So if you're looking for an imbuer, a tank, this guy kind of has it all wrapped into a nice little neat bow for you guys with MP regeneration. He has other abilities that will be able to put up magic mitigation as well. I think on the whole squad for a turn like 70%. So it's not his Magnus ability. This is an ability he can use, probably a cooldown ability. That he can use to maybe let you guys live through some of more of that magic damage dealing terror that you guys have found going through thresholds or certain turns. And then that's pretty much it for Lucas. So if you were looking for a magic cover tank, you don't have CG Charlotte, CG Cecil or Cecil down the road is a little bit too far. This is going to be your option for you guys. Maybe we'll have to look at the thing. Between the two, I'm more disappointed in Lucas by far. And normally I love tanks, right? Normally, you guys probably know this about me. I love tanks. I want more tanks. I want to mess around with tanks because supports and tanks would stand the test of time. Damage dealers are a dime a dozen. You can swap them out, which is cool because you can play with who you want. But this guy just is missing the mark for me, and it might be because of the design itself. I'm just not really into. Super Trustmaster reward, Fortified Cuirass is going to be defense 70, spirit 102, boost fire, lightning, and dark resist by 30%. So not bad. You know, kind of big boy stats there on the chest piece. But the bigger stats are the fire, lightning, and dark resist 30% being attached to that. You can have that defense and spirit up just in case it's non-elemental, while also having that elemental resist up. I really do enjoy that. However, again, being a guy who wants to go after tank items, who wants to make sure I can make my whole team tanky, I don't know what I'm going to be, if I want to be going for 4 Lucas, just how it is. And maybe even 2 and using an STMR move, well, it still might not be an option for this. And then the Trustmaster reward is Pride One, going to be defense 30, spirit 70, boost fire, lightning, and dark resist by 25%. So this is more of a shield. This is more of an item maybe I would want to go for because, you know, it has high defense, much more high spirit because for a magic cover tank, and then gives you a lot of those nice elemental resist that you would want. Here's the thing though, guys. Looking through this, I did not see, I'm going to go ahead and scroll through it with you guys here. They talk about Lucas a lot, and then it just cuts off. Normally at this point, they do have, and they do talk about the banner, and they didn't talk about the banner. This is one of the things I've been gone, but the Black Friday banner was garbage. And then they come out with Prince Noctis and Luna Freya, and their banner is even worse than what the Black Friday bundle, you know, trash was, right? Because it even takes out a rainbow out of the whole deal. So hopefully this is not how it goes. If third time's a charm, if they come out and they do that banner again for the Christmas units, which may be why they're not showing it here, it's going to be bad. I mean, I cannot justify spending on those banners because they're actually trash. They're trash banners. Like up and down, there's no way around it. For a spender, for low spenders, for free to play, you're still not even getting your bang for your buck unless you just really want random rainbows, which would have been the first one. The second one, way worse than the first one. Who knows what's going to happen here? So Square Enix and Gumi, from my point of view and from a lot of the people I've talked to, we do not like those banners. Problem is, I think a lot of people will spin on them because they love the units. So maybe they're getting mixed signals there, but we'll have to hope that doesn't happen. So next up, we're going to get the Iron Giants coming back. We get to fight him again for some nice rewards in the Chamber of the Indignant. You know, I always like the Iron Giants. They are a cool enemy to me. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have no idea how this fight works. Maybe I should research before I did this video, but hey, dude, I'm trying to be honest with you guys. I don't know what's going to change about it or what is, but when he does come, you better believe I'm going to go in there beating that booty. I'm trying to actually now, before I fight a boss like this, or before I'm trying to like actually avoid a little bit of spoilers in the fight, because I think it's more fun to watch me fail and try to learn the fight with you guys, and then I'm like, ask for little pieces of information, and I think it's how it's going to be for a lot of these fights from now on, because I have to make sure that I don't just go in there and know everything, and it's like, end you, like I know what's going on, right? Because I want to find enjoyment in the game as well. So I'm gonna kind of stay away from spoilers with that. But you guys could choose to look up and beat his booty all you want to, and that'll be great too. So this is cool. Awakened Warriors, December 19th, which is this week, which is when all this Christmas stuff's going to be going on. Latent ability updates. So we have Christine, White Knight Noel, and my girl Kryla all getting latent ability upgrades. So, you know, Christine and Kryla and White Knight Noel, they've already been buffed up quite a bit from before. And were somewhat useful. I think Kryla was the most useful out of the three. The Christine and then White Knight Noel. That's just how it is, especially with CG Charlotte running around. However, with the I still use Kryla to this day in a lot of fights, on a lot of the new trials. If she's getting buffed even more, hell yes, dude. That's going to be amazing. And I'm very excited about that. Then with Christine, I know a lot of people love her. Her damage may be going up. She's still really strong as right now. And then White Knight Noel, you know, maybe he gets buffed up enough in his defensive categories, not his offensive. I want his defensive categories to be brought up so that he can come back into the meta for the people who liked him. I like his design, but he was way too big, and that's why I never used it. I didn't want him covered up by other units. Again, that's just me. People we don't see here. Poor other Christmas units. You know, we have Felix. You know, they're gonna. I think, and they're cute as hell too. I think they're gonna get some ability awakenings, whereas this is latent ability updates. Maybe some ability awakenings or some kind of other changes are coming to those two units. So I wouldn't be worried too much. You don't see them here. But that's the hopeful inside of me, right? That's the hopeful look inside of me. And then hopefully all of these units, including the other two, Felix and Tiana was what it was, right? Tiana. And then Christine, White Knight Noel, and Kryla, hopefully they all have bonus up in that that wave battle event or that elemental battle event to give us some currency. And it's not just the two new units. That's what I'm hoping for as well. But I just cannot wait for Kryla to get a little bit stronger because she is already pretty OP in my book. Next up, they talk about something everybody's been wanting for a while, and it's the amazing enhancements, boosts to great and amazing success rates. We haven't had this for like a year and a half, and now they're finally showing it to us. Very excited to be getting this. I don't really need it anymore. I have so many Cactuar, I don't need this, but I know a lot of people out there have been waiting for this, stockpiling their Cactuar, hiding them in their mailbox, not accepting them. Your chances to shine now. You guys are going to be able to get in there and actually get some double up on that experience. And then they talk about the unit popularity contest, and I still have yet to decide who I want to vote for. A lot of people are picking Ling, and everybody knows that it's like a meme on my stream that I don't like Ling. But Ling might be the answer here because she was an awesome unit for a lot of people. Now, I obviously had my thing against her, especially in the arena, but she is still an amazing unit. And I think that a lot of these units like Aiden and White Knight Noel, they're all getting buffs as it is. Ling is kind of left in the past, and maybe that'd be cool to see her come back and be awesome. Now, I'm not saying that's who I'm voting for yet. I'm still deciding, but we do need to vote on our unit popularity, people, so make sure you pick. And then they talk about, like, we're going to go on. They talk about login bonuses coming at the end of the year. We get some UOC tickets. We get some 5-star rainbow tickets, so make sure you're logging in and getting, you know, what you want. Charlie looking real scared right there. I don't know what they said, but I'll give all of that. Hey, Charlie, that's for you. So overall, very excited. One of the things they didn't mention, and I'm pretty sure, now correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, the comments below, I'm pretty sure they said that new, like, team battle where they have a set team for you and you have to fight the trials and they're really hard was coming in December. And I'm not sure when they said story reset was coming. Maybe that was early 2020. But we didn't hear any mention of either one of those here. And I'm wondering if maybe that team structure, which I was really, really, really excited about, where they give you a team and you have to fight a boss. You can't change the equipment. You can't change. And they're all like poopy units in a way. That's at least what I saw from like old units. So it'd be cool to interact back with them and figure out different ways to beat the boss and stuff like that. They didn't mention it here. So I'm a little bit worried. Maybe all that's going to 2020, but I'm pretty sure one of those two, either the story reset or the new boss battle kind of mode, was coming in December. We have another week after this, so if it doesn't come this week, maybe it's coming the next week after. But overall, guys, Christmas time is always a great time. Glad to be back. Hope you guys are having an amazing holiday. and spending time with your friends and family and just having a good time. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you're most excited for out of the 2 units, Lucas or Levinson. I almost called him Sven again. Stop saying Sven. Subscribe for future content. Catch me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ClaicYuzolt, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.